Hi everyone, welcome to May's update. So May was pretty much entirely focused on the Desert Island update and getting all the groundwork in place for that and the work that needs to be done on it. Now with the Desert Island update, you will be going to a desert island, no surprise there, and on that desert island we will be introducing a new gameplay feature to the game, and that is the archaeology gameplay. With the archaeology gameplay, you go about the island with something that's kind of like a metal detector, but it detects things that aren't just metal, so we're calling it an artifact detector, that will guide you and sort of beep and show you where there are buried treasures and buried artifacts. Once you come across one of these buried artifacts, if you have a shovel in your backpack, you will be able to press interact and dig up an artifact. Once you've dug up the artifact, you will be in a little small mini game, which you can see here, and this is essentially you need to press interact when the marker is over one of the coloured bars. You'll do this 3 times, and each time the bars will get smaller, kind of making it a little bit more difficult. If you fail one of these, you will take a step back and get to retry the one that you're currently on. So you won't fail immediately if you miss one of the bars. Once you've done this correctly, you will dig up the artifact, and that will be in your backpack. Now, another location that is on the desert island is the Archeologist Tent, and the Archeologist Tent is where the Archaeologist character is going to be. Also, no surprise there. But this is a location where, if you want to, you can donate the artifacts that you dig up. Each of the artifacts belongs to a theme, and there are 4 themes that are going to be in this update. Once you donate an artifact, you will see it appear in the shelves in the Archaeologist Tent, and this is sort of a way that you'll be displaying your progress and the things that you have dug up and discovered. There are 2 levels to each of the collections. There is a base level of artifacts, and that is sort of a little bit broken, a little bit dirty, and then there is the pristine versions of each of the artifacts. Once you've been doing a whole bunch of artifact collection, you will unlock the sort of higher level shovel. The higher level shovel allows you to dig up the pristine artifacts. Now, you'll see here, once you interact with an artifact and you're digging it up, there is an additional bar that is on the minigame. Now, this is a little more tricky and a little bit harder, but if you manage to get 3 of those in a row, you will then dig up the pristine version of that artifact. You can then go and redonate the pristine versions and sort of upgrade the collection that is in the Archaeologist Tent. Once you've completed a set of artifacts, and this can be just the basic set, you will unlock the gift shop. So the gift shop is a kind of addition to the Archaeologist Tent that will sell kind of themed fun items. These items are going to be themed after the themes of the artifacts. So for example, one of the themes we have is the pirate theme, and there will be pirate themed gifts and other items that you can then go and buy once you've unlocked all the pirate artifacts. With having all of these artifacts that are going into the game, these all needed reference. So like I say, I kind of went and did a whole bunch of image searching, finding interesting ranges of artifacts and items that we can have in the game for the archaeology minigame. I also needed to do concepts and gather reference for all of the items that you can buy in the gift shop. So that took quite a bit of time, but all of that's now in place, and the artists who are working on the game are now building these assets ready for them to get into the project. While they've been doing that, I have been building all of the prototype for the game. So getting the levels together, building the Desert Island level, and also getting in the minigame for the artifact collection and the sort of artifact detection and all of that stuff, just so that the gameplay is there, everything can be played and it can be tested, and it is something where the test team at Team 17 will be able to get hands-on with it early, make sure it's solid, report any bugs, and I can fix those, so that we're kind of doing everything quite a bit in advance, and this means that there's more time for bug fixing and polish and making sure that it's really solid when we release it. I'm happy to say that pretty much all of that stuff is now in the game. All the Desert Island stuff works. The captain character that you will speak to get to the desert island, to take a trip there, they exist, they're all in there. You can take the trip from the beach, you can go to the desert island. The desert island is sort of randomly generated and will have a kind of random layout for each player. all of the resources exist, all the new trees exist, all the new flowers, other bits and pieces. They're all there in a very, very basic, as you can see, form, a lot of placeholders, and everything's kind of there and ready, and that feels really great. There's also a whole bunch of new fish and insects that are going to the game, both for the desert island location, but also for the rest of the game as well. So I think we're looking at almost doubling the amount of fish that are in the game just in the normal environment. And so all of these got added as well as placeholders. So they are now in the game and they're there for players to collect, and like I say, the test team are going to be looking at making sure that everything's there and everything works. Towards the end of the month, I moved on to bug fixing, and this is kind of, now that we've allowed more space for the next update to come out, and everything's in ready in kind of placeholder form, this means that I can now step onto doing bug fixing and just working on polishing the game and pulling everything together. And there have been quite a few sort of smaller bugs that have maybe fallen by the wayside that now I can kind of pick up and I can revisit and get these fixed. So while the art is coming into the game and getting added and put into the project, I'll be working on these bug fixes and just making sure everything is pulled together and really good. So there you have it, that's May's update. Thank you very much for watching. As always, let me know any thoughts and comments that you have down below. And if you're not already a member, do think about joining the Discord server. That is where we do a lot of sort of chat about the development. I try and keep a diary of everything that I'm doing, and you can also see all the amazing creations that everyone's building in the game and sharing with one another. So do have a think about joining that. Thank you again, and I'll speak to you soon.